Ukraine and Russia are accusing each other of launching aerial attacks overnight. Russian officials say they have destroyed several Ukrainian drones over the Black Sea and occupied Crimea, but a few of them damaged buildings in the Kursk region. Well, meantime, Ukraine says Russia fired more than 30 drones and missiles on the Odessa region. Officials say most were shot down, but Russia did hit Odessa's port infrastructure and caused a fire at a hotel that was not in operation. And while the attacks happened after the Ukrainian president wrapped up a trip to the U.S. and Canada, where he secured additional support, including an agreement between Kyiv and Washington to produce weapons together.
We have a historical decision by the U.S. to jointly produce weapons and defense systems, including air defense. This is something that was an absolute fantasy until recently, but it will become a reality. We will make it a reality.
CNN's Claire Sebastian is following all the developments from London. A good day, Claire. A terrifying night in the Ukrainian port city of Odessa. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning, Leila. I think, look, it's important to understand the context around Odessa because this, Ukraine's third largest city, has been under pretty regular bombardment since July when Russia pulled out of that Black Sea grain initiative. We see this morning the damage fairly significant. A passenger terminal was destroyed, according to Ukraine, a hotel nearby, fires, also granaries hit as well, grain storage facilities. So clearly this is part of a pattern. Odessa has been hit multiple times now. This comes as Ukraine is trying to unilaterally provide safe maritime corridors for ships to get its grain out to world market. It also comes as Russia itself is exporting record volumes of wheat, so essentially profiting from the fact that this disruption is causing Ukraine to export less wheat onto global markets. So critical to view it in that context. This is not a military target. This is an attack on Ukraine's economy. And as I said, more grain infrastructure hit this morning. Leila.
And thank you, Claire, for contextualizing that for us. Now, President Zelinsky, just back from the U.S. and Canada, announced a joint weapons production deal between the United States and Ukraine. What exactly do we know about this deal?
Yeah, we don't exactly know what format this will take at the moment. President Zelinsky, of course, calling it historic. He actually said on Friday that several cooperation agreements had already been signed by one of his ministers when they were in the U.S., that cooperation had essentially already started. President Biden said that the U.S. would host a conference in the fall to bring together, representatives from Ukraine's defense industry, U.S. defense industry, and governments as well, so that they could figure out the sort of format of this. We've seen things like this with European defense companies, joint ventures being set up in Ukraine, working together on various things. And obviously for Ukraine, a key priority is now in the medium and long term to really bolster its own defense industry to create a deterrent and also so it can be less reliant on its Western allies.